Good morning everybody. So I have a full clinic today and clinic tomorrow, so I'm just going to spend some time doing a proper morning routine to take some care of myself. I've washed with the Exfo Cleanse. I'm now going to use the amazing Lift Serum just around the eyes where I get dehydrated. You can either put it onto your finger or you can put it straight onto your eye if you can't be bothered to put it on your finger. And then just spend some time gently working that in. This is a fabulous product. I cracked open one of these a few years ago and I've just been hooked ever since. So hydrating if you get crepey skin around the eyes, really gentle, and it feels quite cooling because I've got severe allergies. It just feels really nice. This will help with the microcirculation, darkness, hydration. Also creates a really nice base if you like to wear eye makeup. Next, I'm going to put on my Mela corrective serum. If you followed along for a while, you'll know that since my diagnosis of hormonal failure, I'm causing it that because they haven't confirmed yet whether it's ovary or brain, I've had this kind of patchy pigmentation around my cheeks. So the Mela Serum helps to reduce pigmentation by blocking the production of melanin. And it's also just an incredible brightening serum that gives your skin an amazing glow. I don't really suffer with any pigmentation on my neck, but you can just bring down any spare serum onto your neck. So your skin should feel quite hydrated after using that. Next, I'm going to go in with prescription Finacea gel. This is 15% azelaic acid. You can get this through the clinic through myself for cosmetic reasons, or if you have a medical reason such as rosacea or acne, you should be able to get it on the NHS from your GP. Mine's for cosmetic reasons, so it's private prescription. Azelaic acid reduces inflammation, it reduces pigmentation, and it evens out the skin tone. It's a wonderful product because it's systemically safe and it's well tolerated. So I like all my rosacea patients to go on to this, and then my pigmentation patients, I prescribe this for them also. I've also got lots of patients who've got UV damage with just angry, red, blotchy, uneven skin. And so I started prescribing this for those patients as well, and they're doing really well. Everyone seems to get on well with azelaic in the morning, and then your actives in the evening. I rub that in all over. Then we'll follow up with some moisturiser, always the vitamin B3. This should be your go-to moisturiser. This is for everyone and safe for age 12 plus. It's anti-inflammatory, boosting the natural production of ceramides and moisturising factors, hydrating and calming and giving you a lovely glow. Again, it's a really good base for your makeup and for your sunscreen. It's a very popular cream. We always sell out of this every month, always having to restock. So you want to put on enough so that you feel hydrated and you start to get that kind of glow on the skin. You don't want to feel tight or parched. And you can either pat in, or you can kind of do a bit of lymphatic massage, which is what I've been doing, just downwards. I do sometimes wake up a little bit puffy. To stop things pilling, you want to apply less and also allow some drying time. I'm obviously speeding this up for social media and I've got to get to work. But if you take some time putting smaller amounts on and kind of pressing and not over rubbing, you should get a nicer finish. So always SPF. So I'm going to put on the pHformula Factor 50. So I'm just putting a generous amount all over. The new Pro Shield Factor 50 Defense is now available on the online shop, which has very high protection and dries to an invisible finish. I'm just being careful around my eyes because I've had my lashes and brows done, so I don't want to mess those up because it's the first couple of days where you should avoid getting them wet. I'm only literally just driving to work. I'll have my sunglasses on. So you want to make sure you put a really generous amount. You should be able to see. The pHformula gives a really nice hydrated glowy finish, and it really helps to nourish, protect the skin. I love it. It's always been my go-to facial sunscreen for the last few years, and I've wore it abroad. We've now obviously got the new Pro Shield that's been developed and reformulated, so that's available if you want to try it. It's very nice. So if you're suffering from pigmentation, or you have skin of colour, or you have a warmer skin tone, or you're prone to melasma or chloasma, you should be using a tinted iron oxide sunscreen. So I like to put on my chemical invisible sunscreen, and then I go in with my tint. So we have a variety of skin tints in the clinic which you can try, and we can also send you samples out in small pots if you need to test them on your skin. So this is the shade Light, because I am a pasty Irish heritage skin type. It blends really nicely. You shouldn't have a tide mark. Teenagers love this for school. It's much better alternative for acne patients than makeup because it's skin loving, contains antioxidants, hydrating agents, and will protect your skin whilst you're out and about at school or with your friends, whereas makeup won't. So again, you can use this as an under eye concealer, and you can just blend it in, and it finishes seamlessly. There'll be no tide mark at all. You'll just have a really nice glow with a natural coverage. And then if you're out and about and you need to top up, or you want to just, top up under your eyes, you can do that. And you can even go in with a beauty blender sponge again to kind of dab and blend that in. And then if you need to, you could reapply a little bit of blush or highlighters. So topping up your sunscreen and makeup is possible when you've got the right products. So do make sure you top up. Don't just put your face of makeup on and then expect that you're going to age well, because if you're not topping up your sunscreen throughout the day, it's going to be very difficult for you to age well and healthily, because the sun will affect your skin and you will get skin damage. So I'm using the Got To Be brow glue. All of these are on my Dr. Amber recommended page. If you go to my bio, click on the little paper clip. I've made lists of everything: skincare, hair care, healthcare, kitchen gadgets, home cooking, everything. So I like this one because it's got quite a spiky brush. I sometimes find, because my eyebrows are a bit wiry and thick, I can't even get the brush through them, and the glue just ends up dragging. Whereas this has quite a spiky brush. You can see it's really pulling the hairs up, which I really like. Without lamination, I find my brows are just a disaster, so I've just had them laminated by Jemima in Norwich. So I'm very happy with those. This is the Clinique High Impact Mascara. It's the only mascara that I find doesn't irritate me, and again, I've added this to my makeup list. And this gives you really nice long lashes, and I've done my lash lift last night. So always SPF your lips. We're going in with the Albus and Flora Snowberry Red. This is an antioxidant, vegan, unless you count beeswax. It's got beeswax in, vegan, cruelty-free, female-owned UK company, which I love. We stock these again on the online shop. You should always put lip SPF on, and it needs to be reapplied every few hours. I like this colour because it's great for cool skin tones. That's the Snowberry Red. That is it. We are done. So I'm going to rush off to work. I'm going to put my Factor 50 wrap on, which I always wear, my Solbari Factor 50 wrap when I'm driving, my Factor 50 driving gloves, my sunglasses, and then I'll always take my wide Factor 50 hat no matter what the weather, even if it's cloudy these days. Then I've got a lovely mix of microneedling patients today, Morpheus, and also a consultation with a new patient who's struggling with pigmentation. Clinic tomorrow, and then tomorrow afternoon I'm having a bit of family time with some family and friends at the local bakery. They're having like an event for charity with Portuguese pastries and sangria and some music, so that should be really nice. If you have any questions, as always, pop them below. I'm going to go. Have a lovely day.